may come to end as Commission 6 of House of Representatives denies Freeport willingness to delay its smelter constructions.
Freeport Indonesia has to swallow bitter pills as Energy and Mineral Resources Ministry comes with decisions to deny Freeport wish to postpone the constructions of its smelter in Java Integrated Industrial and Port Estate, which is in Gresik, Java. House of Representatives member voiced their rejections in a hearing session between Director General of Mineral and Coal and Freeport Indonesia. The rejections was made due to the completions of smelter constructions is not in accordance with Mineral and Coal Law Number 3 of 2020.
Tidak setuju dengan alasan apapun seperti alasan COVID itu menunda pembangunan smelter itu sampai tahun 2024 harus selesai di tahun 2023 sesuai dengan amanat undang-undang. Karena kalau lebih dari 2023 maka menabrak undang-undang yang baru saja diterbitkan yaitu Undang-Undang Nomor 3 tahun 2020.
The company is asking for a one-year delay as COVID-19 pandemic is the reason for delaying the constructions of the smelter. Freeport Indonesia uses contractors, consultants, and technology originating from countries affected by COVID-19 outbreak. Besides, Gresik is the locations of the smelter implements large-scale social restrictions, and this condition hampered the constructions of the smelters. The approval is actually essential for the U.S.-based mining company because it will have an impact on the copper concentrate export. But luck is not on the Freeport side. From Jakarta, Muhammad Olga for IDX Channel.
And yes, viewers, Ministry of Finance has issued securities based on Sharia principles, which is retail government sukuk SR013 by the yield of 6.5%.
Starting today, government offers retail government sukuk SR013 bidding from SR013 will be opened until September 23, 2020 with quite high yield. Lucky Alfirman, as the Ministry of Finance Director General of Budget Financing and Risk Management, stated that the offered yield is quite tempting at the level of 1.5%. Therefore, it is ensured that sukuk can be traded in society. Indonesians can buy the sukuk starting from 1 million rupiah up to 3 billion rupiah.
Semua insya Allah masih bisa dijaga keamanannya, kesehatannya. Jadi itu aspek kedua sangat mudah. Yang ketiga, insya Allah imbal hasilnya pun sangat menarik. Kita menawarkan 6,05%. Dan tadi sifatnya tradable. Ada holding period selama 2 bulan.
Lucky stated that the purpose of issuing Sharia-compliant securities is to help financing 2020 budget. It also further demonstrates the public commitment to enhance its Islamic finance credential and to continue setting benchmarks in the global sukuk arena. From Jakarta, Ade Firmansyah for IDX Channel.
Government has registered 12 million bank accounts of eligible recipients in its COVID-19 salary subsidy program. And these actions receive positive feedback from many parties, whereas in this may increase on household spending amidst the COVID-19 economic consequences.
The program provides salary subsidy of 2.4 million rupiah to workers who earn less than 5 million rupiah per month and are currently furloughed. Head of Indonesian Employers Association, or APindo, says this action can increase on household spending amid COVID-19 pandemic. This is not without reason. It can drive the economy, especially in the small-medium enterprises sector, which is directly affected. Even though government has given many incentives, but still it needs higher household spending to deal with.
Memang kalau dari segi dampaknya tentunya tidak sebesar dalam kondisi normal ya. Jadi tapi paling tidak mereka masih bisa memenuhi kebutuhan sehari-harinya. Itu yang paling pokok. Jadi kalau bicara dengan sekarang kita bicara upah minimum saja yang secara nasional tuh mungkin sekarang rata-rata sekitar 3,5 juta ya kurang lebihnya. Kalau DKI dan sekitarnya kan 4,2. Nah, lalu tiba-tiba drop hanya terima 600.000 gitu ya kan. Ini saya ambil contoh yang ekstrem aja, memang tidak terlalu besar, tapi itu dalam kondisi yang seperti ini sangat membantu untuk para pekerja kita. Paling tidak ada bantuan dari pemerintah yang bisa memenuhi sebagian dari kebutuhan hidup mereka sehari-hari.
Government targeted 15.7 million workers in total, and government is still waiting for around 3 million more eligible recipients of the wage subsidy to report their bank accounts to the Workers' Social Security Agency. From Jakarta, Ade Firmansyah for IDX Channel.
In facing the threat of economic recessions, business players stated their readiness to close their business to prevent greater losses. At the same time, business players say that the terminations of employment or layoff is inevitable.
Indonesia is considered unable to escape the threat of an economic recession. In anticipating the impact of the recession, a number of business actors who are members of the Indonesian Business Association or APindo have prepared a number of steps to minimize losses in the midst of the crisis. Chairman of APindo, Haryadi Sukamdane, said that although since the beginning of the year, business actors have started reducing the amount of production up to lay off a number of employees. In the future, when the government announces a recession, he said that the business players may do the same number of things to avoid greater losses due to economic uncertainty during the pandemic. In fact, he revealed that a number of business actors prefer to suspend their business and take steps to terminate their employees.
Kalau saat ini yang jelas banyak perusahaan dalam rangka menjaga kelangsungan hidupnya itu mereka banyak yang mengurangi produksi dan bahkan menutup. Karena kalau mereka tetap beroperasi nantinya akan semakin besar kerugiannya dan pada saat terjadi pemulihan mereka sudah tidak punya lagi kemampuan dana untuk bisa memulai. Jadi sekarang ini makanya kalau kita lihat seperti contohnya di Bali begitu banyak hotel tutup karena kalau mereka itu tetap beroperasi maka mereka ruginya akan semakin besar.
With the threat of economic recession, APindo asks the government to be able to boost the economy by increasing the purchasing power of people at lower levels. Although he appreciates the provision of subsidized salary below 5 million, but this will be useless if the stopping of the spread of COVID-19 is not maximum. For that, he hopes that the COVID-19 vaccine will finish quickly, so that the economy and the business are running as before. From Jakarta, Ade Firmansyah for IDX Channel.
Moving on to another coverage, as a result of COVID-19 pandemic, Pertamina posted 11 trillion rupiah losses in the first half of 2020. But even so, Pertamina remains confident that the performance will improve in the second half.
Pertamina recorded losses due to the COVID-19 pandemic reaching 11 trillion rupiah. This loss was caused by three main factors, including decreased demand, fluctuations in oil and gas prices, and the volatile rupiah exchange rate during the COVID-19 pandemic. Pertamina's management stated that this pandemic has made the entire oil and gas industry in the world collapse. Pertamina is still classified as lucky because the losses received are not as deep as other companies in the world.
Sepanjang semester 1 2020, seiring dengan pandemi COVID-19 di seluruh dunia, memberikan dampak yang signifikan kepada seluruh industri, tidak terkecuali industri migas. Seluruh major oil company di dunia terdampak dengan penurunan kinerja yang cukup dalam, bahkan banyak yang mengalami kerugian jauh lebih besar dari Pertamina. Kondisi dan dampak pandemi COVID yang tidak pernah terjadi sebelumnya ini juga menyebabkan Pertamina menghadapi triple shock, yakni penurunan konsumsi BBM di dalam negeri, kerugian selisih kurs karena pergerakan nilai tukar dolar terhadap rupiah, serta penurunan harga minyak mentah dunia yang mempengaruhi keekonomian di bisnis hulu migas.
Even the performance posted a deep decline. Pertamina remains confident that in the second half of 2020, the company's performance will improve as the economy moves and a number of efficiencies are made to maintain Pertamina's financial performance. From Jakarta, Muhammad Olga for IDX Channel.
And yes, viewers, stay tuned to Market Headlines because we will be right back with the news coverage regarding BTS that is about to be brand ambassador of Bamboo Coppin. So stay tuned to Market Headlines.
Prisa Sombo membawakan program berita News Screen yang menghadirkan informasi seputar ekonomi maupun juga bisnis dari dalam negeri.
Senang sekali saya David San Ovo dan dapat hadir menemani Anda dalam program spesial dialog webinar on TV.
Setiap minggunya kita akan membahas tema-tema yang sangat menarik. Apa kabar ibu-ibu sekalian?
Alhamdulillah baik.
Salah satu ambisi daripada Kementerian Koperasi dan UMKM bersama Spesco adalah koperasi keren, baru, digital, gitu kan, yang kita bisa IT.
Sebetulnya industri hilir itu lokal itu udah siap. Jadi pemerintah juga nggak perlu lagi menarik investor untuk industri hilir. Jadi pemerintah cukup menarik investor untuk industri bahan baku.
Ada 17 investor asing yang tertarik berinvestasi di Indonesia. Selain itu, BKPM mengklaim terdapat 119 investor lainnya yang berpotensi merelokasi industrinya dari negara lain ke Indonesia.
Welcome back to Market Headline. South Korean boy band BTS will be promoting as ambassador for Bamboo Coppin, and this decision was taken after KB Kookmin Bank became the majority shareholders in Bamboo Coppin.
Since July, KB Kookmin Bank Direct has decided to acquire an additional stake in Indonesia's Bamboo Coppin. The price of the shares will be set at the lowest level of Indonesian bank M&A cases in the last 5 years. Full stake acquisitions will be wrapped up soon. Not only affects Bamboo Coppin financial decisions, but KB Kookmin also influenced Bamboo Coppin way of marketing. President Director of Bamboo Coppin Rifan Pranoto said that he's okay with the decisions since Indonesia has the highest fans of South Korean pop culture, from film, music, boy band, and lifestyle. Rifan added that currently his party is still in the discussion stage regarding the use of BTS as the company's brand ambassador. From all sources for IDX Channel.
And yes, viewers, ever heard of the Korean boy band BTS? Well, they recently created a huge buzz worldwide. And if we take a look from the economic side, it brings huge advantages in terms of branding because surprisingly, people will buy anything they touch. They are that influencing. That's why many companies want BTS to be their brand ambassador, including Indonesia's company. For instance, Bukopin featuring BTS. But BTS is not the only one. Many Indonesian brands that collaborate with other South Korean idols. So who are those? Let's check it through the next graphic. Here it is, we can see Indonesian brands that are collaborating with the South Korean idol. Here it is, we can see the first thing first, Shopee featuring Blackpink. From that day on, the name of Shopee was buzzing everywhere, whether it's television, social media, daily conversations, and so on. And therefore, Shopee currently ranks the first in e-commerce, beating Tokopedia and Lazada because of that. And moving on to the BTS featuring Tokopedia, well, this is a very iconic because you can see the advertisement everywhere. BTS as Tokopedia brand ambassador has significant influence on brand switching by 67%, and the estimated cost that Tokopedia must spend to collaborate with BTS is around 100 billion rupiah. And moving on, still from Shopee Indonesia featuring a G-Friend, still this is the South Korean idols, and the next one is Miss Sedap Instant featuring Siwon. Miss Sedap takes a big guts to collaborate with this South Korean singer, songwriter, model, and actor known for his work as a member of South Korean boy band group Super Junior. And specifically, Miss Sedap said is for the Miss Sedap Korean spicy chicken. And given their growing popularity across the globe, there is a long waiting list of brands eager to get a slice of the actions. There are other megastars who have the global appeal that Indonesian brands are competing to work with. So let's see the next K-pop stars in the next graphic. Here it is, we can see other South Korean idols that work with Indonesian brands. First of all, we can see New Green Tea from Indonesia featuring NCT 127. So the advertisement ended with Indonesian slogan pronounced by NCT 127 stated that fix enak banget, which later also be trending on Twitter. And the next one is that, this is very iconic, Luwak White Coffee featuring Lee Min-ho. The actor who played the King Ethereal Monarch started in the advertisement for Luwak White Coffee product in 2016, but still we can see the product everywhere right now with the Lee Min-ho face on Luwak White Coffee. And moving on to Neo Coffee, that featuring Lucas Wavy and also Indomilk with Jungkook BTS. But although it has not been officially announced, ARMY, or the fan base for BTS, immediately rushed to buy this banana milk at Indomilk's official shop. This banana milk sold out in the instant. The power of Jungkook and ARMY in Indonesia for sure undeniable. And in short, sales are almost guaranteed to increase multifold if brand finds the right faces to represent their products, especially these K-pop stars. For example, some years ago, when Big Bang G-Dragons was Asia's model for a Nike product, everything in stock was sold out in Asia. And based on how many big companies want to collaborate with K-pop stars, means that business players are very well aware of the enormous influence that K-pop artists have on attracting new customers and creating social media buzz. And therefore, IDX research team tried to discover more on marketing power through K-pop stars. So let's check it through the next graphic. Here it is. We compile why K-pop marketing is very promising nowadays. Here it is, because these K-pop stars rack up millions of views online, you name it, from YouTube, TikTok, and every platform existed. And the next one is that these K-pop stars have high engagement rates on their photos and video posts on Instagram and also Facebook. And the next one is that the growing popularity across the globe is not merely on South Korea only, but it happens worldwide. The Hallyu, the Korean wave are happening everywhere. And the fourth one is that they regularly featured on the forums and have a strong fan site like ARMY with the BTS. And citing the data from the list, an online fashion tracker, the article noted that the global searches for brands and even specific products multiplied once associated with a popular K-pop star. These brands are happy to work with K-pop stars by utilizing their massive influence, vice versa for the K-pop stars. For example, BTS that is become to Bang Bukopin brand ambassador. BTS, a boy band under the Big Hit Entertainment management, and recently the company reports skyrocketing revenue in 2020. How is it? Let's see through the next graphic as we compile the data regarding the financial performance of Big Hit Entertainment. Here it is. We can see the management label of K-pop group BTS, Big Hit Entertainment, in 2019. The half-year profit reached 2.48 trillion rupiah, or if we can say it in the Korean won, it's 200 trillion Korean won, a billion won. And then moving on to the 2020 half-year profit in Indonesia, if we convert into Indonesia, it will reach 3.65 trillion rupiah, while in the Korean won, it's 294 billion Korean won. If we take a look through the graphic, we know that the first half of 2020 COVID-19 pandemic hit all over the country, even South Korea, but the Big Hit Entertainments can deny the financial performance within a good one by increasing, not decreasing. And earlier this month, Big Hit received preliminary approval for its plan for initial public offering, with a listing expected later this year. Some analysts have forecasted the IPO could value the company at 4 trillion won, which equal to 3.4 billion US dollar or more. And viewers, we cannot even underestimate the value or Korean wave of culture, which has been deliberately tool of soft power. If South Korea can do that, so does Indonesia. So therefore, stay tuned to market headlines because we will be right back after this quick break.
Saya Prisa Sombo membawakan program berita News Screen yang menghadirkan informasi seputar ekonomi maupun juga bisnis dari dalam negeri.
Senang sekali saya David San dan dapat hadir menemani Anda dalam program spesial dialog webinar on TV.
Setiap minggunya kita akan membahas tema-tema yang sangat menarik. Apa kabar ibu-ibu sekalian?
Salah satu ambisi daripada Kementerian Koperasi dan UMKM bersama Smesco adalah koperasi keren, baru, digital gitu kan, yang kita bisa IT.
Saksikan terus IDX Channel, Your Trustworthy Economic, Business, and Capital Market Channel.
Ada 17 investor asing yang tertarik berinvestasi di Indonesia. Selain itu, BKPM mengklaim terdapat 119 investor lainnya yang berpotensi merelokasi industrinya dari negara lain ke Indonesia.
Welcome back to Market Headlines. So we are going to see the intraday movement of JCI. So we can see through the JCI, we can see Jakarta Composite Index intraday movement. JCI opened at the level of 5,365, and then approaching the closing time in the first session, the index was on the level of 5,331. But then, in short, JCI went down 0.46%. And moving on to the next coverage, due to the sluggish of economic activity and lower people's purchasing power, poultry company Malindo Feed Mill project that the revenue achievement in 2020 to drop by 10%.
Malindo Feed Mill admits that it is difficult to catch up with sales growth during the COVID-19 pandemic. The economic slowdown amid the pandemic hit people's purchasing power, resulting in a decline in the poultry business sectors. Rudy Hartono Hussein, director of Malindo Feed Mill, said that during this pandemic, many traditional and modern markets, which were the company's business targets, were closed and affected the company's sales of feed and broiler chickens. Not to mention, the domestic economy produced negative numbers. If according to these estimations, Malindo Feed Mill's net sales last year reached 7.5 trillion rupiah, it is predicted that the company's net revenue this year will only be around 6 trillion rupiah to 6.75 trillion rupiah, while from the bottom line, management only said that it will try the best for the company and shareholders. Meanwhile, up to the first half of 2020, net revenue was recorded at 3.19 trillion rupiah, or a 17.5% decline on an annual basis. As a result, the company's bottom line in the first half of 2020 posted a negative value, or a net loss of 44.22 billion rupiah. From all sources for IDX Channel.
Step aside from market conditions as coronavirus pandemic takes a big role on current economic situations. Here it is an update data about coronavirus globally. And the graphic close of market headlines today. Please enjoy our next program on IDX Channel, the Trustworthy Economic Business and Capital Market Channel. I'm Clara Antawijaya. Have a nice evening and stay safe.